everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio, asking, are commercial gyms actually worth it? And worth what? Well, I go and try out different gyms here and there just to kind of keep my foot in the field, see what's going on, see what changes have been made, stay up to date with the latest stuff that's going on there. Obviously, if you've been to our studio, you know that we do things a little differently than most gyms, but I still like to know what's happening out in the other part of the world. So whenever I walk into one of these places, I look around and I think, wow, I can only imagine what it feels like as that person who walks in for the first time. And actually, I probably can't imagine because long ago that was me. Growing up, I never had gone to a gym. I didn't actually step foot in a gym until I got just about in college, and then had no idea how to use the machine. So I've been there, I've walked in, and you just feel kind of overwhelmed with things. You look at these big monstrous machines, you have no idea what they are, what they do. Follow the little picture on there and hope you do it right, and hope that you get some sort of benefit out of it. Makes you feel strong. You sweat, you get tired, so you figure that you must be doing something good. However, I was also that person who did all that stuff and didn't get anywhere with it. Never saw any results, didn't see any point to it really, kind of got bored with it, and didn't really understand it. So then once I got into college and started learning about, how to put programs together and the efficiency models and how to actually make things effective, it made a huge difference in what I was doing. But I still didn't prefer the machines. Why? Well, machines and gyms were actually created by bodybuilders in the first place. Long ago, whenever they were using extra sources for their weightlifting, for their bulking purposes, they started to create these machines that then they could lift in one place and do all the different lifts that they wanted to do in one room. So they created those and they started using them, and then after a while, other people started asking if they could go with them, just friends, family, those kinds of things, and it turned into a, well, sure, you can go with me. And then after a while, they figured out that people would actually pay to come and use these things that they had created and have. And that's how we began really renting machines. And so it's great to rent a machine if you know what to do with it. So you need to, rototill your yard, you go and rent a rototiller and you know exactly what to do with it and how to use it, and it makes sense and it gives you results. But we walk into these gyms and they've always got the latest and greatest. Now sure, they've always got a section of those machines that we all know, like the leg press, the leg curl, the shoulder press, but then you get into that section of the gym, we have no idea what half of it is. And especially now that they're getting into all the sports centers with the suspension trainers and the big monkey bar gyms and all that kind of stuff to do all the CrossFit type classes, it looks very intimidating. And so I just have to wonder, is it worth most people's money whenever you walk in and the only thing that you really feel comfortable to do or how to do is the elliptical, the treadmill, the bike, your same old cardio machines that don't give you results day in and day out. Now, I'm not saying those are bad machines, because depending on the goal, if your goal is cardiovascular strength, then yes, they're going to give you a great workout. That's wonderful. You should be doing that about 30 minutes 4 or 5 times a week. But if you're not focused on just cardiovascular strength and instead you want either internal health or muscle tone, muscle definition, or fat loss or body shape change, you're really not going to get it with that. So that's where you start heading over to the free weights. And then you get in the free weight section and you think, wow, these people are staring at me. And you don't really feel comfortable lifting weights in front of people, especially if you're female typically. Most of the females that I know that go to gyms, they tend to go off in a corner by themselves somewhere and try to kind of not be seen. Still don't really know how to do the lifts correctly a lot of times and end up either being ineffective at the best or getting themselves hurt at the worst. So is it worth it? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your money? That's up to you. Depends on how effective you can be in the gym. So I wouldn't go out and try to take over, say, my dentist job and pull my own teeth. I wouldn't go and try to teach at a college or a school that, the teachers can do a much better job than I can. However, my team and I, we have trained in this field. Personal trainers, fitness professionals, we've all trained in this field to learn the ins and outs of this, to know the research behind it, to know the foundations, and to know what's safe, what's not safe, what's effective, what's not effective. And we want to be able to help people with that. So that's really the piece of the puzzle that you're missing most of the time, is people pay the high dollars for the gym memberships. They may pay for 2 or 3 gym memberships, but they don't pay for the instruction that they need. And a lot of times those gyms will get you because they'll say, well, you get 2 weeks free with your personal trainer, and the trainer will come in and they'll give them kind of a cookie cutter type deal that just kind of walks them through the basic machines, maybe once if they're lucky, maybe twice. But but then they kind of just drop off and don't see them again. And if you hire that personal trainer, then you've got your membership dues plus the personal training fees. And a lot of times that can get really expensive as well. So that's kind of another piece to the puzzle that we were talking about yesterday, on the different things that you're looking for. And when you're looking for a true solution, you want to make sure that that instruction is included so that you have the instruction not only on exercise, but also on nutrition, also on lifestyle modifications, just like we talked about yesterday. But that becomes just as important or more important than the actual facility that you're at. So a lot of people who come to our studio come here because they don't want to be ogled at. You know, they don't want to go to the gyms and have people looking at them. They don't want to feel intimidated by millions of people coming in and out. They don't want to feel like they're just a number. They want to know that we actually know their names and that we care whether or not they show up. So, you know, if that sounds like something that you've been thinking, that you're kind of tired of the same old and you're ready to try something different, we'd be happy to talk with you. But if it's not, we understand. We just want you to take something from this and really take some consideration on finding the most efficient, most effective way to reach your results rather than spending a ton of money and not ever getting anywhere. So if you do want to give us a call, feel free, 806-322-3188. We'd be happy to help you to step out of the norm and into something brand new that's awesome and efficient and get you to where you want to be. And we hope that you got something good out of tonight. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.